Is motherhood right for you? I don't know, but I'm going to ask a couple of questions. And I'm a journalist. I interview big people for my job. It's my job to ask questions. So I'm not saying motherhood is or is not right for you, but I'm just going to ask you a few questions and then you could answer that for yourself. Also, I'm going to be combing out my hair in the process, possibly moisturizing it. Oh, that feels good. One, why do you want to be a mom? Why do you want to be a mom? Not that there's any such thing as a wrong answer, but there are some answers that strike up concern. Probable red or green flags that maybe you should look into. One of them would be if you want somebody to love you. You cannot demand that from a child. You cannot have that kind of, yes, you can love that child and you can hope that they will be able to recognize you and love you and all of that in return. But if you are creating a person in the hopes that they will fill a void in you, therapy, not motherhood. Another question. Are you within the like, why do you want to be a mom? Because if that part of that answer is about somebody else's want for you to have children, for example, my mom really wants grandchildren. It's not a good enough reason to become a parent. Within the same umbrella, my boyfriend, my partner, my husband really wants kids. Now, if it's your husband, if you put a ring on it, if you're legally attached to somebody, these should have been discussions that you had beforehand. And you should have been on the same page about that. And if you did not have those discussions about that earlier, then that's on the both of you. And if you did have those discussions and one or both people were being untruthful, then sounds like you got some bigger problems that you probably shouldn't have kids in the midst of. Speaking of that, if your relationship is already on the fritz, if you're not sure if your relationship is going to be able to make it, don't have a kid in the midst of it. The kid will not save your relationship. The kid will not make somebody fall in love with you. A child will not make somebody treat you well. No. Children are stressful. They're lovely. They're adorable. They're super cute. A lot of the times they're stressful, and putting a child in the midst of an already delicate situation will not help either party involved. Are you and or the person that you are going to be having this child with financially secure and stable, financially confident enough to raise kids in the current climate? That's a very yes or no question, because kids are expensive. You don't know how expensive they are? Just do some Googling, do some light research. Along with that, have you researched what childcare is like in your area? Have you researched fully the experience of motherhood, not just something fuzzy just flew around here. 1 second. Not just the mom vlogs and the cute videos and the get ready with me for the first day of preschool kind of thing. No, not just that, but the realities of motherhood. Because there are moms that talk about it on a bunch of different pages. Have you done your research on what the reality of motherhood would be like? Have you discussed it with your partner? What the reality of the both of you would look like? What those expectations are? Do you have a community around you to support you throughout motherhood so that way you don't lose yourself in the process of having and rearing children? Things to consider. Are there any major milestones that you would like to accomplish now that you have not accomplished already, that you think would be significantly harder, or that you know for a fact would be significantly harder if you have children? Are there careers you want to start? Are there places you want to go? Are there things you want to do? Are there degrees that you want to get that you haven't gotten yet? It's not impossible to do those things with kids also. This is not sponsored. I'm Jamaican. I live by this stuff. Not that it's impossible to do those things, but it's really hard. It's much more complicated to do it when you're a parent, especially if you don't have the full support of your partner. Also, do you know how much your partner will be able to support you during this time, emotionally and financially? Like, especially during pregnancy. But also, like, you can't, if you're going to have kids, you're also kind of signing up to be a single parent also. Because the kid is forever, but your relationship doesn't have to be. Divorce happens all the time. Are you ready for potentially being a single parent? Would you be able to handle that? Or would you only have kids if you are in a committed monogamous relationship? Will you only have kids if you're married? Will you only have kids if that boyfriend stays in your life? You can't have those expectations. Nothing is nothing is ever guaranteed, if you will. But if that child comes, that's a person that's here now. A lot of times children outlive relationships. You're a mom forever. It's what it is. Are you ready for that? Are you open for that potential reality? Things to think about. I'm going to start blow drying this bad boy, but let me know if there's any that I know that I missed a couple. But if there's any that you also think are super important for people who are considering being child free to really strongly think about before they bring that baby into this world, type them away in the comments. Love to hear your thoughts. I'm going to work on this. Like, share, subscribe, all those great things. And see you later. All right. Bye.